to learn more about it, definitely. So a lot has been going on in terms of technological advances, in terms of mathematical advances, in all the different fields in the world. One thing that has been at the tips of everybody's mind has been artificial intelligence. And I know, Christoph, you have been, there has been an impact of artificial intelligence in your research. What are your opinions on that, and how, what would you like to say to the community regarding incorporating artificial intelligence into fMRI or brain imaging or brain mapping?
Okay. I would take it from a broader aspect. So I'm not a computer guy. I'm not really somebody who understands all the technology behind it. I'm coming from the user side and seeing it critically also. So I think what's going to happen in the field of especially radiology and neuroradiology is that the classical form of a narrative neuroradiologist who qualitatively sees some sequences and says, okay, that's that and that, and we write a short report, what we have seen, just descriptive. This is going to die more and more. So I think it will take maybe half a generation, and then this should be gone in most places. It will be replaced by some computer-assisted systems that help us to interpret the images much better, and can from these analytics we can get information which is not available at the moment. So this will help us really a lot in refining our diagnostic tools and also the therapeutic arm, because imaging is a very quickly evolving field since many years, and it has a lot of impact also on therapeutic decisions in, let's say, chemotherapy, also in surgical treatment and what comes in that field. And so I think we will get really a lot from these post-processing steps we are behind, which are behind that. On the other hand side, the methods, especially in artificial intelligence and machine learning, they are not made for medical purposes.
Sure.
They come from economics, they come from the industry, production industry. And so this is also a point where we have to go really deeply into it to promote the understanding of basic scientists, of technicians, of developers with the medical field, because they really come from another side. And if you just look into big data and learn from these data, and then you don't have a very good tool for the medical images per se at the beginning, because we are looking at very old data which are normalized, and there's a lot of noise in the data. And when it comes down to an individual diagnostic, as I said, you need really precision, you need some quality assurance, you need really standards how you do it, otherwise you will never end up with a trustable diagnosis. So there is a big danger of misusing the technologies, and this could also cause a lot of harm to the whole field, as well as to an individual patient. So this is of utmost importance that there is a feedback loop with the doctors. This is data curation, this is training of systems, and this is really a lot of work. It's no easy thing. It will take at least a decade until this is a robust clinical tool in some instances. And there are many variables influencing it. Let's say it's volumetry, algorithms, segmentations. If you just change little things in there and then you try to make some analytics of a brain tumor, you get completely different results.
Sure.
So that needs much input.
In that perspective, I'd like to ask you, Roland, what is your opinion in terms of how important is it for machine learning people or engineers who are developing these machine learning techniques and applying them to brain images to have a field knowledge or have interactions with clinical people to get that feedback from actual clinical people to be able to understand what they're doing?
Well, I think it's of utmost importance. I think you need the basic understanding of pathology, of clinical problems. And of course, this is a special thing which can be added by clinical researchers. And so I think very intense interaction between both sides, clinicians and methodologists, and maybe people who have also understanding from both sides in between is a very, very important problem. This also relates to young doctors who want to enter actually imaging research.